The commercial fishing industry is a lifeline for many coastal counties here in North Carolina.
NC State University shows it provides nearly $300 million to the state's economy, employing more than 5,000 people. But many fishermen feel they've been playing defense for a decade, fighting for their livelihood. 9 on your side's Madison Forsey joins us live in Madison. Why are commercial fishermen feeling this way?
Well, Ken, Angie, they feel like they're over-regulated, but the deeper you dive into the issue of fisheries and management, the murkier it gets. And despite the fact that everyone in this story wants the same thing, which is a healthy fishery, there is a lot that's getting lost in translation. North Carolina's coast is any fisherman's dream. These days, the only thing anyone seems to be reeling in is controversy.
It's a hard day to fight when you know when you get up that you're basically fighting for your survival every day, and you're regulated to the point to where you can barely make it.
Doug Cross runs Pamlico Packing with his brother. He grew up around these docks, working in the family business since he was 13. The storms and bad seasons come with the territory, but there's another issue, tangling these nets.
Regulation is the single biggest wild card. How do you plan in the future without knowing what you're going to be facing?
From size limits to seasons, commercial fishermen operate under a long list of rules. Cross says the most concerning regulation is the quota system. Harvesting quotas for certain species of fish are determined by just how many there are available.
They want the fish for all the fish for themselves. It's that simple.
Cross says the amount recreational fishermen are allowed to catch of some species seems to keep growing, while the quota commercial fishermen are allowed keeps shrinking.
I've seen regulations come along that absolutely eliminated fisheries to where people that were thriving, doing great business in 2 or 3 years were completely put out of business.
North Carolina's number of commercial fishing licenses is steadily declining. It has been since 2001. Last year, it was about 2,000 licenses. The number of recreational fishermen in North Carolina is estimated at 1 million. People living in small fishing towns see the regulatory effects firsthand.
It was quite the fishing town, as you can see. Even Pamlico County High School had a fishing program to help the younger people stay in school.
Judy Tannum is Vandermeer's mayor. She remembers when 30 or 40 boats would set out from the docks in this town every day.
Now people do have jobs in other places more so. There's not as many involved in the fishing business.
The town still welcomes all fishermen. Tannum's dad started Pamlico Packing and sold it to Cross's family in the 70s. She watched the industry change while one thing stayed the same.
As my father used to say, fishing is not just done in the water. It's done in Washington, D.C. It's done in our legislature.
In 1997, North Carolina's General Assembly passed the Fisheries Reform Act, establishing the Division of Marine Fisheries and a way to regulate our waters.
So we actually collect the data and analyze the data that form management recommendations and that go forward to our Marine Fisheries Commission.
The Division of Marine Fisheries sets all the rules fishermen operate by to keep fisheries healthy and full. The tricky part is balancing two overlapping groups, people fishing commercially and recreationally.
That is a tough line to walk, but the way we do it is we bring the data.
The Marine Fisheries Commission has the final say about what guidance goes into effect. Some conservation groups don't think the division is doing enough.
Well, management is the whole backdrop to this. If you don't have proper management, then you're not going to go anywhere.
Joe Albee grew up on these waters. He says major fish populations are declining right before his eyes. Of the 14 species the division watches, 3 are overfished while one's considered depleted.
We're saying let's stop the bleeding. Let's make the changes that we know we can make and make it a better fishery for everybody.
As for Cross, his biggest fishing problem will always be the recreational side wanting more and commercial fishermen getting less.
You'll never see a commercial fisherman trying to stop a recreational fisherman from catching fish. Man, everybody wants everybody to catch fish. That's the fun of coming down here, the beauty of it. But don't try to stop a man from making a living at it through overregulation or through, like I've said before, bias regulation.
Doug Cross represents commercial fishermen on the Commission of Marine Fisheries. He says that he is going to stand up and say something at their meeting next Thursday, talking about how he feels like commercial fishermen's needs through regulation are being drowned out. We have a lot more information on the characters in this story, as well as fishery management, on our website at WNCT.com. For now in Greenville, Madison Forsey, 9 on your side.